have it set up.
It's there if you want it. It's up to you.
Yeah, we can do it.
Do it. Throw up the. I already put this on. You want to go live? Or
Yeah. Unicorn Baseball is on the air from Dodd Stadium. Game 2 of a 5-game homestand. I'm Adam Plager alongside Ryan Palillo, and the comeback hits strike again for the Norwich Unicorns. Another 8th-inning comeback, but before we get to all of that, let's get you the 3 things you need to know before first pitch tonight. Unicorn fans, it's play-by-play broadcaster Adam Plager. Let's get you the 3 things you need to know ahead of tonight's ball game. Thing number 1, Norwich looking to keep to their winning ways here tonight. 8th come-from-behind victory last ball game back on July 3rd. It was another 8th-inning effort for Norwich where they would take the lead over visiting Nashua. Norwich currently 2nd in the future league standings, and that's right, it's time for thing number 2. Norwich will meet with the Westfield Starfires for the 3rd time this season, and the 3rd time this season here at home. 1-1 record overall against the Starfires. Both games have been decided by just 1 run. And thing number 3, Norwich will hand the baseball over to UConn product Hector Alejandro. He'll make his 2nd start of the summer for Norwich. It'll be his 5th appearance, a 2-0 record for Alejandro with a 3.85 ERA. Westfield in town tonight, game 2 of a 5-game homestand. We'll talk to you later, 6:30 first pitch here tonight. Welcome back here to Norwich in the Rose City. Well, Trey Porter had a chance to come off the bench for the Norwich Unicorns, and Ryan, he came through for Norwich to tie the game all at 1. We talk about his recent success for Norwich as of late. For more on that, we talk to Trey Porter ahead of tonight's game. Here's my conversation with the Monmouth product and the Unicorn outfielder, Trey Porter. Unicorns back at home for game 2 of a 5-game homestand. I'm Adam Plager, joined now by outfielder Trey Porter. Trey, let's go back to last game. Big pinch hit RBI single for you. Just talk about the mindset for you coming off the bench goal there and coming through.
So obviously, throughout the game, I wasn't playing, so I was on the bench. I just kind of kept my head in the game and made sure I was ready for whenever I got the call to come off the bench.
Your bat's been heating up as of late. Just kind of talk to me about your approach at the plate over the last couple of weeks and what's just been working so well for you.
What's been working well for me is just thinking low line drives, just thinking my approach at the plate, being locked in, ready to go whenever I'm ready to go up to the plate.
Another win for you guys at home a couple of days ago. Just talk about what it's like to play in front of the home crowd here.
It's amazing. Every game's the same amount of people. They're always into the game, always cheering us on. It's amazing.
One final question. Westfield Starfires in town here. They're top of the standings right now. Just some keys to victory against this Westfield team.
It's going to be a dogfight. I mean, we have 2 really good teams. Every team in this conference is really good, so it's just going to be a dogfight. We're just going to have to go out and play our game and see what happens.
Unicorn fans, that's outfielder Trey Porter. First pitch is 6:30 tonight against the Westfield Starfires. Welcome back to Norwich. Adam Plager alongside Ryan Palillo. Always good to be back home here tonight. And how about we talk about Nick Tomasetto for the Norwich Unicorns? He's been Mr. Clutch, setting the stage. Another 8th-inning RBI. He had one against this Westfield Starfires team a couple of Fridays ago. Does it again. Almost a spitting image. That time against the Nashua Silver Knights, and really ice in the veins for Nick Tomasetto.
Yeah, you can say that again. Tomasetto, he's been a guy that the Sea Unicorns have looked to. Looking right here at some of these stats, setting the stage, 23 for 63 and his hit to at-bat ratio. Batting average, 365. That's second on the team, right behind A.J. Soldier, who's at about 370, and 15 RBIs, 2 go-ahead RBIs in the 8th inning in the last 3 games. So you said it, Adam. He is someone who the Sea Unicorns can look to play in those clutch times.
Absolutely. Well, that's the offensive side of things, but you don't win ball games without the pitching. And Gavin Hawks, how about a 9-out victory, not a save situation for him because Norwich was in a stalemate at that point, but again, pounds the strike zone, attacks it, 3 strikeouts for him in those final 3 innings and does not allow anything to cross the plate, and as a result, Norwich gets back into the win column, or continues to their winning ways, I should say, riding a 2-game winning streak, and he's really been hawking down opposing hitters as of late. That's a whip under 1, sub-2 ERA. Those are all-star game-like numbers, and oh, did I mention we're hosting the All-Star game here, Ryan? I think he's put in a strong certificate for that.
He does. He's got the resume to support, and I see what you did there with the Hawk reference. But, yeah, Gavin Hawks, he's been a guy, we've seen it a lot throughout the season. A lot of times, something that you could argue is holding the Sea Unicorns back is some of the errors and the fielding, the defense. Gavin Hawks is a guy, when he's on the mound, the game is in safe hands.
All right, we're just about set for baseball here tonight from Norwich. Partly cloudy skies, had some precipitation earlier. Sea Unicorns will be in their home white uniforms with the gold Sea Unicorns across the chest. And underway here tonight, 6:32 local time. It's the Yukon product, Hector Alejandro, who has the baseball for the Norwich Sea Unicorns, looking to try and right his ship. And there is strike 2. Good looking pitch there. And last start for Alejandro, maybe not one he would have liked against those Worcester Bravehearts. Just lasted 4 innings in that ball game. And there is strike 3. Sets down Caleb Stelly for the first out of the ball game. And here's a look at this Westfield Starfires batting order as designed by the manager, Paul Bonfiglio. Batting second is the first baseman, Aiden Redahan. Batting third in center field, Gianno Marlonghi. Batting fourth, the DH, Luke Masiak. Batting fifth at third base, Jaden Novak. Batting sixth is the catcher, Cameron Papetti. Batting seventh in right field, Luke Uhas. And batting eighth, the shortstop, Jackson Haker. And batting ninth at second base, Josh Frometta. That's the starting lineup as designed by the manager, Paul Bonfiglio. Here's the 0-1 delivery. There's a fly ball lifted out to left field. Racing back after it. Soldra at the warning track makes the catch for the second out in the inning. A look here at Hector Alejandro's numbers for Norwich so far this season as he gets the start from manager Kevin Murphy. Just his second start of the summer. A 2-0 record, 3.85 ERA for the Waterbury, Connecticut native Hector Alejandro. 2 quick outs. He's working rather quickly here as he'll face Gianno Marlonghi, one of the best players in the batting order for the Westfield Starfires, who's had some clutch hits for the Starfire team. The 1-0 delivery is chopped foul, third base side, and the count is even. Marlonghi, currently a batting average resting at 360. This is his 101st plate appearance. Leads all Starfires in that category. A hard hit ball scolded over to second base and right into the glove of Scott Penny. 1-2-3 goes Westfield in the first. Norwich coming to the plate. You're watching Sea Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio.
Buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Summer is here and the temps are soaring, but it seems like insurance prices are too. Let the Burns Agency bring the relief. Our quality coverage at unmatched pricing with top-notch service makes us the trusted choice for Eastern Connecticut. Home, auto, business, life, the Burns Agency does it all. We're a third-generation, locally owned and operated agency with 2 convenient locations. Walk in, give us a call, or chat online today. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy
Welcome back to Norwich. Take a look here at the batting order for the Norwich Unicorns. That's designed by manager Kevin Murphy. Leading off for the Unicorns is the third baseman tonight. That's Anthony Tirado. Batting second, the designated hitter, Trey Porter. Batting third in left field, A.J. Soldier back into the lineup for the Unicorns. In the cleanup spot, Peter Link. Batting fifth at second base, Scott Penny will make his third straight start as a Unicorn, second at second base. Batting sixth in right field, Sean Callahan. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Alex Irizarry. Batting eighth, the catcher, Michael Oates. And batting ninth in center field, Chris Carson. They'll test their luck here tonight against starting pitcher Chris Suter. He started last time out for Westfield against these Norwich Unicorns. Chris Suter, a rising senior, 6 feet 185 out of Union College, Stamford, Connecticut native. The delivery from Suter misses low and into Anthony Tirado. Trying to get back into the hit column. Was 0 for 4 last ball game against Nashua. That was June the 30th on the road at Holman Stadium. Also was punched out in that ball game. Count in his favor, the 2-0 delivery is lined back foul to the screen, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And Tirado can be dangerous once he gets on base. Leads the team currently in steals. That is with 11.
Look at the numbers from Chris Suter. This is his 4th start of the summer, 6th appearance, 18 innings worked, and an ERA right at 3. And there's ball 4, a 5-pitch walk to Anthony Tirado, and that stolen base threat looms in the picture here for Norwich. Tirado aboard to start the ball game. It'll bring up the designated hitter, Trey Porter. Well, every time these two teams get together, it's been 1-run ball games. Every base runner is so critical. Norwich starts out on the right foot here tonight, thanks to a leadoff walk from Anthony Tirado. He didn't right a hand, keeping some close attention to him, and there is the 5th of 6 pitches that have missed the strike zone. A lot of breaking balls so far from the Union College product, and that is Chris Suter. 1-0 delivery. The runner Tirado's going. It's a good throw. It is in time. Anthony Tirado caught stealing for the first out here in the home first. Dart of a throw there from Papetti down to the shortstop. And that was watched there by Jackson Haker, and score that 2-6 on the caught stealing.
Yeah, an excellent throw there from Papetti. He really made that one look easy.
How an inning can shift so quickly. That erases the early base runner for Norwich. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. The delivery in on the hands. Fly ball lifted out to center field. Chasing back Merlongi on the run. Dives out there, and he did not come up with the baseball, and legging it out to second base there is Trey Porter. It's a, we'll say that he did make the catch. Well, as I saw Porter continuing to run the bases there, I wasn't sure if Merlongi held onto the baseball. Went into a full outstretched dive and came up with the baseball. Remember that play. 2 big outs here for Westfield. It's the newly committed Seton Hall product, A.J. Soldier, to bat for the Norwich Unicorns. And boy, has he been dangerous for Norwich. Had his 12-game hitting streak snapped last game. A ground ball over to first, collected there by Redahan. He'll win the race to the first base bag, and that's how the inning will end. So some defense on display there from Westfield in the home first. No score here in Norwich. You're watching Futures League Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Luke Masiak to lead it off for the Westfield Starfires against Hector Alejandro, who dazzled in the first inning, retired all 3 Starfire batters in order. So he'll see 4, 5, and 6 here in the top of the second. Alejandro's first delivery is a breaking ball that misses up and into the Starfire designated hitter tonight, Luke Masiak. The 1-0 delivery from Alejandro. A good-looking fastball catches the outside corner, and the count is even 1-1. Masiak, a rising senior out of Hofstra University, Trumbull, Connecticut native. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. At the knees for strike 2. Alejandro's been all over the strike zone here tonight. That was something that he had struggled with a bit last time out against the Worcester Bravehearts. That was back on June the 25th. Here's the 1-2 delivery off the end of the bat. A fly ball lifted first base side. Link moving back on it and is going to have a play in foul ground for the first out in the inning. The Sacred Heart product, Peter Link, will take care of out number 1. 4 up and 4 down. Ryan, I don't think you can ask for a much more perfect start here from Alejandro.
Yeah, he's looked pretty confident on the mound. I think, honestly, I can speak for both pitchers. Both defenses are looking able and ready today.
So we'll bring up utility player Jaden Novak, who was catcher last time these teams met. Rolls over the first pitch. He sees Irizarry across the diamond. Link was off the bag, but is able to reach around behind him to apply it to the speedy Novak, and there's 2 outs. There was a bit of a wide throw there from the shortstop, Irizarry. 2 quick outs here in the second.
Yeah, and that wide throw narrowly avoided. Peter Link able to do a really good job at getting the tag. Little, not typically the way you see a tag out of first base, but the Unicorns will take it.
A check swing and appeal down to the first base bag. They'll say that Petty, the catcher, was able to hold up in time. Petty, one of the recent additions, rising freshman at Bryant University. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Looked good, but just missed outside, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. But Petty, 6'2", 210 out of Grafton, Massachusetts. He has the catching duties tonight from manager Paul Bonfiglio. The 2-0 delivery chopped over to short. Irizarry charges in. His throw across the diamond is a good one, and that's how the inning will end. Irizarry was a busy man in the second and makes a couple of quality plays. 1, 2, 3. Westfield goes in the second. We're headed to the bottom of the second here in Norwich. No score between the Starfires and the Norwich Unicorns. You're watching Future League Baseball. Streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
Welcome back to Norwich here. Top of the second inning was a quick one. Another 1-2-3 inning from Hector Alejandro, and Ryan, he's really been pounding the strike zone here tonight. It's been the marquee trademark. It's been the same on the other end as far as things go for Chris Suter. And the defense was heroic behind him. It all started from Cameron Papetti, and then later we saw Gianno Merlonghi stretch out. These are the top two teams in the Futures League battling it out here tonight. Jockeying for the top slot in the Futures League. Peter Link will watch ball one miss inside. Link spent this past season with Sacred Heart. Saw his season come to a close in devastating fashion. There's a hard ground ball chopped over to third. Collected there by Novak. His throw across the diamond is just in time to take care of Peter Link. There's out number one here in the Norwich second. We go back to that point quickly here for Peter Link. Lost in the New England Championship final against Long Island University, but Ryan, I got to imagine playing in some of those big games really helpful as far as some of the experience goes.
Yeah, you can say that again. And you mentioned earlier, you want to talk about a big game right here. You've got Westfield, who is 19-11, currently sitting at first place in the Futures League. Norwich, 19-12, sitting at second. So definitely a game that fans of this league should have their eye on.
There's a URI friend of yours, Scott Penny, Cumberland, Rhode Island native. It's made an immediate impact. There's a hard hit ball over to first. There is Redahan, underhand flip there to the pitcher, Chris Suter. Economical work so far here tonight from Chris Suter. One pitch to take care of Scott Penny. And two quick outs here for Norwich in the home second. It'll bring up the right fielder, Sean Callahan.
Number 10, Sean Callahan.
Callahan, a big wave and a miss there for strike one. Callahan last played June 30th against Nashua, was 1 for 4 in that ball game, and his bat started to heat up a little bit. 4 for his last 17, but there's a ground ball chopped over to second from Meta over to first to take care of Callahan. So Suter's seen the minimum here tonight. No score as we head to the third, moving right along here in Norwich. You're watching Futures League Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. Divino Digital is your one-stop shop for website design, development, and site management. Divino Digital uses the most up-to-date technology to develop their sites. Whether you are looking to build a small website or an e-commerce site with hundreds of products, Divino Digital has you covered. Check them out, located at 31 Hewitt Road in North Stonington, Connecticut, or give them a call at 860-373-7175. That's right, 860-373-7175. Yep. Hey fans, we encourage you to come out for the All-Star experience here in Norwich, July 22nd and 23rd. Nick Bossy will be performing after the Home Run Derby takes place on Monday, July 22nd, right here in Norwich. Bossy, a local talent here from the area, is going to perform with some live music. Post-game concert after the Home Run Derby. That's on July 22nd. We encourage you to get your tickets now. Tickets are selling fast for the All-Star experience here in Norwich. Top of the third inning we go. It is the right fielder, Luke Uhas, out of the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Him and leadoff hitter Caleb Stelly, both out of the University of Louisiana Lafayette, and a couple of players receiving MLB draft consideration. Westfield starting to stock up here in the second half. Alejandro's 1-0 delivery misses up and in, and the count is 2-0. Alejandro's 2-0 delivery, fly ball lifted into right center field, moving back, and Making the catch on it is the right fielder, Sean Callahan, to take care of Uhas for out number 1. So Jackson Haker, the shortstop, will come up to the plate for the Westfield Starfires. Saw Haker play against Norwich as a leadoff hitter. He was 2 for 4 last time these teams met. Along with a run scored, Haker so far this summer with the Starfires. A batting average currently at .308 and over the 300 marker. Dangerous bottom of the order for the Starfires. Off the end of the bat, watch out. That got into the stands in a hurry on the first base side, and the count is quickly even, 1-1. Hot, humid summer night here in Norwich. Alejandro's been on cruise control so far. The 1-1 delivery, off-speed breaking ball, lifted into right field. Callahan will move over and make the catch on it. And there's 2 quick outs. Callahan's been a busy man here this inning, but has made the plays in the outfield. It'll bring up the second baseman, Josh Frometta.
Yeah, and right now, Norwich clicking on all cylinders when it comes to defense. Both the fielders moving around and getting to places efficiently, and props right now to Alejandro, who's making these pitches hard to hit.
This is just the second start of the summer for Alejandro. 5th appearance with Norwich. His first 3 came in a relief role. There's been plenty of roster movement as of late. The 1-0 delivery looked good, but just missed upstairs, and the count is 2-0. Plenty of roster changes. No more Andrew Rondini, no more Jack Oman. Ethan Lewis made his final appearance last night, and a swing and a miss there for strike 1. Norwich starting to get some reinforcements here this week. Not sure how quickly we'll see them slot into the lineup or out of the bullpen. Alejandro is going to has to try and eat up some more big innings here tonight, and that's, well, even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Josh Frometta. This is game number 16 of the summer, a 182 line for Frometta. There's one that got away from Michael Oates. And how about this pitcher-catcher battery? A couple of Yukon products. That's Hector Alejandro tossing to Michael Oates. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting second baseman Frometta. The full count delivery is low and in for ball 4. First walk-offer tonight from Alejandro. It'll turn over the batting card for the leadoff left fielder, Caleb Stelly.
And just like that, we're hardly 20 minutes into this game, and we're already back at the top of the order. It's been a pretty clean game in terms of the mound.
Stelly, recent addition here to Paul Bonfiglio's team. This is just game number 4 of the summer, hitting .286. This is at-bat number 9, 2 for his first 7. Player receiving some MLB draft consideration was with the Mystic Schooners last summer in the New England Collegiate Baseball League, and is awaiting an opportunity for a roster spot to open up in the Cape Cod League. That will even the count 1-1, so he's trying to get his reps in here with the Westfield Starfires, a team that happens to just be at the top of the standing. So why not get your reps in and with a team that's currently leading the league and playing a lot of meaningful baseball right now. The 1-1 delivery is a called strike on the big curveball. And into the protection mode here is Caleb Stelly.
And Adam, that's what makes leagues like the Futures League so fun and interesting to watch. Is just as a team is getting comfortable, you take teams like both Westfield and Norwich at the top of their, at the top of the league standings.
There's strike 3, so Michael Oates applies the tag. The runner was in motion. That was Frometta, but it's not going to matter. The second punch out of the ball game for Hector Alejandro will put an end to the top of the 3rd inning. You're watching Norwich Senior Corn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Come and celebrate 30 seasons of baseball at beautiful Dodd Stadium. Enjoy Norwich Senior Corn Baseball from the best seats in the house. 20 and 40 person luxury suite options available now. For more information, contact us at info@goseeunicorns.com. We look forward to seeing you at a baseball game this summer, and as always, go see unicorns.
Which one? Fort. Sunday Fun Day, always a fun time to come out to the ballpark. The Norwich Unicorns will be back at home here this Sunday. And here's a look at those upcoming games, July 14th and July 28th. The remaining Sunday Fun Day ball games here in Norwich. Well, we invite you to come out and enjoy some Norwich Unicorn baseball on Sunday. Those games are at 4 o'clock Eastern Time start. It'll be the number 7 hitter in the order. It's Alex Irizarry trying to snap in a 0 for 11 skid. First delivery to the lefty, Irizarry aggressive. Fly ball lifted to straightaway center field. Merlongi will move in on it and will take care of Alex Irizarry, so the slump will last a little longer. Credit Chris Suter. That's now 4 outs recorded tonight on just the first pitch he's offered some of the Unicorn batters. It's the Yukon catcher, Michael Oates, to bat with, 1 away in the home third.
So here comes Michael Oates, and my thought that I was trying to get out before that last inning was abruptly ended. Teams or leagues like the Futures League, so interesting to watch because right as teams get comfortable, you're sitting on top of the standings, and all of a sudden, massive roster shift. We have a couple of new faces, relatively new faces in tonight's game, and they're going to get their chance to make a name for themselves here in the Futures League.
Well, the off-speed pitch has been working so far tonight for Suter, well ahead of Oates, 0-2. Oates last played June 30th against Nashua, and the count's going to move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last time out for Oates was 0 for 2, but drew a couple of walks. Trying to get his offense started is Michael Oates with the Unicorns. There's a pitch topped foul on the third base side. Oates batting just .063, just 1 hit so far in his first 16 plate appearances. Protecting on 2 strikes, Suter's 2-strike delivery, chopped to third, collected there by Novak. His throw is going to be in time. It was a rocket across the diamond to take care of Michael Oates. And 2 up and 2 down here for Norwich in the home third.
And what a throw there by Novak. Those are plays that the stat sheet may not reflect, but only those watching can see. Excellent throw to make the out.
So it's the center fielder, Chris Carson, to bat, the Stony Hill product. Working ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Carson, another player that last played on June 30th in Nashua, almost a lineup card that is eerily similar to what we saw June 30th on the road for Norwich. Trying to get their bats going here tonight. They've been held hitless. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Looked good, but just missed downstairs below the knees, and Suter in danger of walking his second Unicorn tonight, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Chris Carson. So that will flip over the lineup card. Second walk of the ball game for Suter. To the top of the order, it's Anthony Tirado. He drew a 6-pitch walk in his first plate appearance, but was later caught stealing on a perfect throw from catcher Cameron Petty over to the second base bag. Carson will reset his lead as Aiden Redahan pays close attention to him. And there's a quick throw over by Suter. Back in plenty of time as the Norwich center fielder tonight. That's Chris Carson. Toronto thought about it, but decided to keep his bat away from it, and the last 5 pitches offered from Suter have all missed the strike zone. Toronto batting just .200 over his last 5 games with 2 runs scored, an RBI, 3 walks, struck out twice. Another check over there at Carson, and you have to expect he might be on the move here quickly. He's a stolen base threat here. Plenty of speed for the Norwich center fielder. Building a nice lead over there at first. Suter 1-0 delivery. Is bounced to first, right to Redahan, and will step on the first base bag to take care of Toronto. That's how the inning will end. One walk in the inning, but Norwich strands him. So a nice start in the making for Chris Suter. Scoreless through 3 innings here tonight in Norwich. You're watching Futures League Baseball. Streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Let's go back to
The Norwich Sea Unicorns are proud to celebrate 30 seasons of baseball at beautiful Dodd Stadium. The point-of-sale merchandise store has you covered all season long and is pleased to offer new merch weekly. From the Norwich Navigator days to today, we honor our past and celebrate our future. Gear up today at the point-of-sale team store, open for all home games and 24/7 access online at GoSeaUnicorns.com. We look forward to seeing you at the ballpark this summer, geared up in the Sea Unicorn spirit. And as always, go Sea Unicorns.
SN Sports on YouTube is the streaming partner for all 2024 Sea Unicorns season. Local sports information and the Norwich Sea Unicorns and SN Sports on YouTube. And when you go home, you can watch YouTube and you can see yourself at the game.
Do we have any more we want to play, or do we want to wait?
We have one more we can do. The back and red lobster rolls. July 27th.
Norwich Unicorns will be back in red on July 27th as the Lobster Rolls. They'll take on the Vermont Lake Monsters, who will be as the Creamies in that ball game come out, support the Norwich Unicorns. A little ode to the Connecticut Tiger days when they were the Lobster Rolls for some of their games. And you can check out plenty of Connecticut Tiger merch and Lobster Roll merch in the Norwich Unicorn Point of Sale Team Store. Open for all home games. Want to see you looking like the players on the field? Go and check out the Norwich Unicorn Team Store. The 0-1 delivery to Redahan is slashed foul on the third base concourse. That's going to get out into the seats and out of play. Alejandro a chance to locate his third strikeout of the night. Both of his strikeouts have come against the leadoff hitter Caleb Stelly. Right now it's the Central Connecticut State product. Eden Redahan trying to get something going. Redahan, a dangerous player in the batting order, batting .297 so far this summer. The 0-2 delivery misses downstairs. Oates was set up inside, and another dive back across the plate to try and come up with the baseball.
Yeah, and Redahan, he can be dangerous. Currently leads the team in RBIs. That's with 18.
1-2 delivery. There's a pitch lifted back foul and out of play, and we'll do it all over again. Redahan, the first baseman, native of Greenwich, Connecticut. Rising senior out of Central Connecticut, 6 feet 200. Power hitting first baseman for the Westfield Starfires. Just the third meeting this season between these two future league foes. Chopped to short. Irizarry has it. His throw across the diamond will just take care of Redahan for the first out in the inning. Alejandro had a battle with the first baseman, but another strong defensive play from Alex Irizarry. So it'll bring up Gianno Merlonghi. Merlonghi, his last time up, lined out to the second baseman as he fouls one off on the third base side. Merlonghi, the longest tenured player so far with the Westfield Starfires. This is game number 29 of the summer. 31 possible games. Reaches out, poking it down the right field side. It's a fair ball. extra bases as it wraps around the right field corner. Merlongi trying to stretch this one out into a triple will slide in head first safely. It's a ringing one-out triple for Gianno Merlongi, and the beat goes on for one of the top players for the Starfires. Knocks a triple down the right field corner. Callahan was on the chase for it. And there's the first hit of the ball game. Into scoring position, 90 feet away stands Gianno Merlongi.
Yeah, what a way to pick up some momentum. Gianno Merlongi coming into this one, leading the team in batting average. That's with 360. Also leads his team in steals with 8.
That's the second triple of the summer for Merlongi. And his third hit against Norwich so far this summer. But as far as the extra base hits are considered, that is just his first extra base hit against Norwich pitching. Alejandro's 1-0 delivery and overthrown fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 2-0 to the cleanup hitter, Luke Masiuk. He's the DH tonight. Saw Masiuk make his Starfire debut on June 28th against Norwich. That was a couple of Fridays ago. There's a foul ball right back. Good thing the netting was there. Could have quickly put another dash into the windows here in front of us.
I think if that net was about a foot shorter, we might have had another crack in the window here in the press booth.
There might have been a little glass to support us around the table in front of us. We don't need any shards of glass hanging out. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Masiak, who slams one foul on the first base side, and the count is even. Last time these teams met, Masiak was 1 for 4 in that ball game. 8 hits for the Starfires to the 7 for Norwich. It was a low-scoring affair. Norwich came out on the right side of it, 3-2 victors, and there is ball 3, and the count is full. Westfield making some noise here in the top of the 4th inning, thanks to a one-out triple cracked off the bat of Gianno Merlongi. Looking for some help from Masiak. The full count delivery is downstairs for ball 4. It's the second walk of the night for Alejandro. It's just the third base runner. Well, let's take a look back at that triple cracked from Gianno Merlongi since we have it pulled up. This right now is a chance to be the difference maker here tonight. Runners at the corners for Westfield. Alejandro in a bit of a jam here with 2 on and 1 away. It's the third baseman, Jaden Novak. Novak out of the College of Charleston. The runner at first is moving, and he might be doubled up here. The fly ball to Callahan is caught, and Link was off the first base bag. Merlongi tagging and will come home and score. So the first run of the night belongs to the Westfield Starfires on an RBI sac fly off the bat of Jaden Novak. It's the Starfires who take the first lead here tonight.
And so with that, it looks like the Starfires are the ones to strike first. We had a quick first 3 innings, but what a way to jump ahead for Westfield.
Well, Norwich has had a knack for coming back in ball games as of late. Their last 2 wins have been come from behind style. We saw a dramatic one against Brockton. The runner is in motion. That is Novak, and he's going to be safe at second. It's a stolen base for Jaden Novak. He's into scoring position. That is stolen base number 3 of the summer for Novak, the North Haven, Connecticut native. Looking to be plated here by the catcher, Cameron Papetti. He grounded out to short his first time up. The second baseman, Scott Penny, keeping eyes on the base runner. That is Novak. There is strike 2, and the count is moved to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 hit in the inning, 1 walk in the inning for Alejandro. Westfield has the first lead of the night. Alejandro will take some time and reset himself. Papetti batting .324 through 13 ball games. And on the Westfield stat line, 4 players batting over the 300 marker. The Starfires as a team batting .266. That ranks second best in the Futures League behind the Worcester Bravehearts. So the top 2 offenses have come toe-to-toe against Hector Alejandro, his last start against the number 1 offense against Worcester, who chased him after 3 1/3, trying to battle here through the 4th. There is a swing, and they will say that he did go around. So there's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Alejandro, but Westfield able to scratch across their first run of the night thanks to a triple from Merlongi, who was later brought home on a sac fly. 1-0 for the visitors as we head to the home 4th. You're watching Norwich Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. For all construction projects, commercial and residential, it's P7 Construction. They're local. Find them on Facebook. Once again, that is P7 Construction. Give them a look on Facebook for all construction needs. Ready to go here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 1-0 lead for the visiting Westfield Starfires, which has been held hitless so far here tonight, thanks to some fine work on the mound from Chris Suter. Last time Norwich and Westfield got together, Suter through 4 innings allowed 2 runs, 1 earned run, allowed a walk, and punched out 3. ERA at 3 so far this summer for Suter, which is continuing to trend down under the 3 mark now with 3 shutout innings against Norwich. It'll be the Norwich DH, Trey Porter, to lead things off for the Unicorns in the home 4th. First pitch he sees misses inside.
And Porter's last at-bat saw that athletic play by Merlongi over in center field, resulting in a flyout.
Rob Porter of potentially extra bases, and would have been a chance for Norwich to quite easily take a lead in the ball game if it wasn't for that defensive work from Westfield, which began with that throw out to the second base bag from the catcher Papetti. Trey Porter swung a hot bat for Norwich as of late.
I think the ballpark was confused. I think Porter himself thought he was safe for a little bit. We were awaiting the call over from the outfield.
We sure were, and it looked like Porter was going to reach base. The 2-2 delivery is lined back foul and out of play on the first base side. So his 5-game hitting streak still standing in jeopardy, but plenty of runway to go in this ball game. But really got to wonder how much runway is there to play. This has been a fast-moving ball game here tonight. Porter's hit .350 over his last 7 contests. The even count delivery, a breaking ball. Lifted foul, first base side. A good look there from Aiden Redahan. Is going to watch it sail into the seats. Porter has a home run to his name this summer. That came on the road against the Worcester Bravehearts. Cleared the deck in left center field. 2, in fact, so far for Porter, but he's going to go down swinging. Porter punched out for the first out in the Norwich 4th. That'll bring up A.J. Soldra, who has been by far and away one of the most consistent hitters for the Unicorns, who's batting .333 over his last 5 games, which includes a couple of doubles, 4 RBIs. Norwich just trying to get something going here offensively. Suter's been pounding the strike zone here tonight. Another first pitch strike. This one to start out Soldra. Soldra transferring from NJIT to Seton Hall. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Just missed outside. Petty, the catcher, was trying to frame that to bring it back into the strike zone, but no luck. And Soldra still battles a 1-2 delivery. That's going to be a base hit through into right field. A.J. Soldra has the first hit of the night for Norwich. He looks to try and restart a hitting streak. A good start to that. Norwich has their first hit of the night. It'll bring up the first baseman, Peter Link.
Yeah, and building off what you mentioned with Soldra, I mean, consistency is key. He is just a guy Coach Murphy can just through and through rely on to consistently play up to standard.
So it'll bring up Peter Link for the Unicorns. He grounded out his last time up, and we'll watch a first pitch breaking ball catch the outside edge of the strike zone. 5-3 ground out his first time up. Link batted .264 this past season with Sacred Heart. A check in on the base runner, A.J. Soldra, who dives back in head first. Link has had some struggles with Norwich since joining the Unicorns. Has struck out in 9 of his first 22 plate appearances, a 40% strikeout rate. For all the pop that Link has to offer, has been a strikeout victim early in his Unicorn campaign, trying to keep the line moving for Norwich. The 0-1 delivery swung through for strike 2. The biggest thing after spending a full season collegiate baseball is trying to build that stamina, playing so many ball games in a condensed period of time. The 0-2 delivery is slashed foul on the first base side. Link's plenty of playing time at Sacred Heart and started 30-33 contest that he appeared in. The 0-2 delivery to Link. A fly ball lifted to center field. Merlongi shading over to right field and will make the catch on it for the second out in the inning.
And something about Link that's so fun to watch is that exit velocity. Unfortunately, we don't have some of the advanced stats as the major leagues, but despite some of his batting struggles early on, he's still been such a fun player to watch.
Why not get a little track man here? That would be nice to see. Maybe they'd want to.
We used to have an operating pitch gun over there, but if you can see by the clock in outfield.
Soldra going. It's a good throw to second. It's going to leak through, though, into center field. The in-between hop was able to skip in between the legs of the shortstop covering the bag. That was Jackson Haker, and got through the second baseman, Frometta. So A.J. Soldra advances into scoring position for the Unicorns. First runner into scoring position here tonight for Norwich. It's stolen base number 10 of the summer for Soldra. Scott Penny was 0 for 4 and was punched out a couple of times last night for Norwich. The 0-1 delivery is swung through for strike 2.
And Penny, he's another one of those new additions here, relatively new, at least on the Unicorns. This past season at URI, his freshman season batted about around the 220 mark, had 14 RBIs with 5 stolen bases.
Penny trying to protect here with 2 strikes. Soldra in scoring position with his 10th stolen base. There's ball 1 that misses narrowly outside. Penny was a true freshman at URI, which is something you don't see a whole heck of a lot of. A lot of redshirt freshmen or players trying to transfer from schools. Here's the 1-2 pitch. They're going to get away from the catcher, Papetti. Soldra will advance on the wild pitch offered from Chris Suter, and Norwich has a potential tying run standing at third base. Penny had a strong start to his summer with Norwich. In his first plate appearance, lined a single into the outfield to get Norwich on the board first back on Tuesday against the Brockton Rocks. Can't ask for a much better start, a chance to tie the game here with Soldier on third. Suter set at the belt. The righty's offering is outside and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's the left-handed hitting Scott Penny against the righty starter Chris Suter. The full count pitch is lifted back foul and out of play, and the battle will continue here between Scott Penny and Chris Suter. Penny batting 143 entering play. 1 for his first 7. Penny also a patient hitter. A couple of walks to his name, and his first 9 plate appearances. A walk would give Norwich runners at the corners and would keep the inning alive for Sean Callahan. The full count pitch again is lifted to center field. Racing in on it is Merlongi. He's got a beat on it and will make the play out there in shallow center field. Norwich threatens, but they come up empty here in the home fourth. A 1-0 lead for Westfield as we head to the 5th. You're watching Norwich Unicorn Baseball. Streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
You scored 15 points. Back up to you, Ed. Well, thanks, Casey, and great job, Conrad.
Thank you, Capital Property Group in Jewett City, for sponsoring this game on SNSN. Capital Property Group. Find their info on Facebook. Once again, a thank you to Capital Property Group for sponsoring tonight's Futures League baseball game on SNSN Radio on YouTube. Ready to go here in the top of the 5th inning. It's the right fielder Luke Uhas who will lead things off, the University of Louisiana Lafayette product, to get things started. Westfield struck for the first run of the ball game last inning when they were at the plate, and that was in the 4th inning. Alejandro trying to work his way through 5 innings here tonight. That would be his longest start of the summer. First pitch misses up and in to the right-handed hitting Luke Uhas. There is ball 2, the curveball missing inside. Uhas will be a rising junior out of the University of Louisiana, Moss Bluff, Louisiana native. There is strike 1 dotted on the outside corner, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Uhas back up for the 2nd time tonight. He flew out to right field his first time up as he watches strike 2. Alejandro bringing the smoke, battling back in the count to even it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both sides with 1 hit apiece. There's a pitch through into left center field. Not left center field, but into center field. Off the bat there of Uhas. 2nd hit of the ball game for Westfield. This one a leadoff base hit for the right fielder Uhas. So it's the shortstop Jackson Haker to bat with 1 on and nobody out. Haker flew out to right his first time up. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Only 3 hits combined between these two sides. There's a check-in on the base runner, Juhas, who dives back in safely. Peter Link keeping a close eye on the Westfield base runner. Alejandro trying to take care of Haker. Another check at the runner. That is Juhas. There's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and Alejandro well ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. This is just the first game of the summer for Juhas with Westfield. Another check there. It was a close play, but back in safely. Is Juhas. Haker trying to battle here with Alejandro. Behind 0-2. Norwich has the double play in order here. The 0-2 pitch is lifted into right field. Moving back on it is Callahan, shading over towards the foul line, and will make the catch on it for the first out in the Westfield 5th. So it's the number 9 hitter, Josh Frometta. He drew a walk, his first plate appearance. That was back in the 3rd inning. This is officially Alejandro's longest outing. Went 4 innings in a victory in relief against the New Britain Bees back on June 20th. The first delivery to Frometta is a called strike at the top of the zone. Some action in the Unicorn bullpen. That's a left-hander loosening. 1 on with 1 away. There is strike 2. Catches the outside corner. Alejandro well ahead here of Frometta, trying to take care of the number 9 hitter. Double play still in order for Norwich. Alejandro in a position to also strike out the 4th batter of the night for Westfield, but pitch that misses well outside. Runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Frometta batting only 182 over 15 games. The runner is in motion. It's outside. The throw down to second is in time to take care of Luke Juhas, who's thrown out trying to steal second base. A good throw there from the catcher, Michael Oates. That's the first base runner this summer he's thrown out. A good pickoff there. It's 2-6 on the pickoff there. Second runner tonight that's been caught stealing. The 2-2 pitch is lifted over to left field. It's going to get down. It's a base hit. So the inning will continue with the 2-out single through into left field. Soldier played it on a hop. Second base runner of the inning. That was so critical for Michael Oates to throw out that base runner, Luke Juhas. It could easily be a 2-0 lead for Westfield. Instead, it's 1 on with 2 away. Back to the top of the order for Caleb Stelly. Stelly, a hard hit ground ball, bounce to short. Irizarry the short way to Scott Penny to take care of Stelly. Through 4.5 here tonight. Alejandro's worked 5 innings, his longest outing of the summer. Norwich trailing, though, by a run. You're watching Futures League Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Summer is here and the temps are soaring, but it seems like insurance prices are too. Let the Burns Agency bring the relief. Our quality coverage at unmatched pricing with top-notch service makes us the trusted choice for Eastern Connecticut. Home, auto, business, life, the Burns Agency does it all. We're a third-generation, locally owned and operated agency with 2 convenient locations. Walk in, give us a call, or chat online today. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
It's the University of New Haven product, Sean Callahan, to lead it off for Norwich here in the home 5th. Norwich has taken their time in the last couple of games, getting something going offensively. We're held to just 5 hits through their first 6 innings the other night. There's a base hit to start things out here in the 5th. The bat's waking up a little bit. Sean Callahan aboard here tonight. He has a little 3-game hitting streak growing. It will bring up the number 7 hitter, Alex Irizarry.
Yeah, and you figured when you got the top 2 teams in the league battling it out, it was only a matter of time before Norwich was going to respond to Westfield's early strike.
Irizarry back in the lineup after sitting out. Last game on July 3rd was in action against the Rockton Rocks, trying to snap out of a 0-for-12 skid. His batting average has dipped below the 220 marker as a result of his struggles at the end of June, leaking into the start of July here. Important bat in the order is Alex Irizarry. The breaking ball just misses for ball 2. Count leverage building for Irizarry, who's 2 for just his last 21. 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs, a home run, and 3 walks in that stretch. Had a big game against the Worcester Bravehearts. And what was a wild ball game for Norwich on June 19th. He had 1 of 4 home runs that Norwich crushed out of the ballpark. The 2-1 pitch swung through and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Irizarry hasn't played a collegiate baseball game since the 2023 season and fouls another back. He's headed to Quinnipiac, back into his home state. Is Irizarry for his junior year of baseball with the Bobcats. The runner aboard is Sean Callahan. He had a leadoff base hit into left field. 2-2 pitches, chopped to second from Etta. Had a hard time cradling it. He's going to not have a play anywhere. Irizarry beats it out. It's the first error of the night. This one's going to be charged to the second baseman, Josh Frometta. And Norwich has runners at first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, and even though it's coming off an error, you're definitely feeling good for Irizarry right there. As you were mentioning, his last hit was June 25th against Worcester, but not anymore.
Just the first error committed this summer by Frometta. Norwich in business here in the 5th. Runners at first and second for Michael Oates. Oates grounded out to third in his first plate appearance. The 0-1 delivery checked, and they will rule that Oates was able to hold up, and the count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery to Oates is smacked foul on the third base side, and the count's 1-2. Oates also played high school football at Xavier High School and was a 2021 state champion as a baseball player in the Catholic Conference. Scored 20 touchdowns as a football player. Trying to get Norwich on the board. Merlongi racing back. And tagging from second to third is Callahan. He'll be safe runners at the corners. Another strong play by Gianno Merlongi, who's been everywhere in the outfield. Some nice route efficiency with that read off the bat on the fly ball from Michael Oates, who's retired for the first out in the inning.
Yeah, and despite getting the out, crucial play there to advance Callahan over to third. Now runners on the corners here. Norwich in scoring position.
So here comes Paul Bonfiglio and the entire infield of Westfield. Runners at the corners for Norwich with one out. Suter has worked 4 1/3 so far tonight. A meeting at the mound here, a conversation. See if they will keep Chris Suter in this ball game. He's trying to navigate his way around a couple of base runners. Best opportunity of the night unfolding here for Norwich with Chris Carson coming to the plate. And they are going to leave Suter in the ball game, so they're going to give him a chance to battle through this 5th inning as the number 9 hitter, Chris Carson, who's in center field here tonight. Every game that Chris Carson has played has come in center field. Carson just completed his freshman campaign at Stony Brook, where he batted just 176 through 28 games, started 18 with Stony Brook. Trying to get Norwich on the board here in the 5th. There's a fly ball. Foul ground, third base side, chasing after it. Novak. It's going to hit off the top of the dugout of the Westfield Starfires, and a nice catch made there by a young fan in attendance here tonight. Chris Carson, a native of Lindenhurst, New York, entering his sophomore campaign. Check back at the runner. That is Alex Irizarry, who's back in safely. Norwich tonight, just 2 hits, but a golden opportunity to crack through and level the scoring here at 1. Suter working ahead of Carson. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Bounce back to the rubber. This is going to get the job done as far as the second out is concerned, and exactly what Suter would have asked for there. Pitch to contact and was able to field his position. So Norwich has runners at second and third, but 2 away. Back to the top of the order. It's Anthony Tirado.
And Tirado coming up to plate. Currently has 13 RBIs, and here he is with a chance to up that number.
Tirado so far 0 for 1 tonight, has also drawn a walk. Slashes the first pitch he sees foul. A real shot here for Suter to work 5 scoreless innings. Tirado trying to come through in the clutch here for Norwich as the leadoff hitter for the Unicorns, who's batting .270 entering play. The 0-1 pitch. There's a fly ball that's going to get down there in a hurry. It's a fair ball. Callahan to score. Irizarry will come home safely. It's a 2-run RBI single, and safe back at first. There is Tirado. Norwich comes through. It's a 2-out RBI single into left field, and Norwich is taking the lead thanks to Anthony Tirado. It's a 2-1 ball game.
And there's no better time to step up than right there. Anthony Tirado putting the team on his back. Unicorns up 2-1.
So Tirado at first, a bouncing ball to third, collected there by Novak. His throw across the diamond is going to be in time and able to stick on the first base bag. There was Redahan. So Norwich able to get on the board and take the lead thanks to Anthony Tirado. Headed to the 6th inning here in Norwich. You're watching Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio. New pitcher in the ball game for Norwich is right-handed reliever Mike Poncini out of Quinnipiac University with the Bobcats. Is the new reliever in the ball game, so 5 innings work tonight from Hector Alejandro, who had 3 strikeouts, allowed 3 hits, and 1 earned run tonight. Ready to go here in the top of the 6th inning. The leadoff hitter for the Starfires is Eden Redahand. And there's a fly ball into the glove there of the left fielder A.J. Soldra to take care of the first out in the Starfire 6th.
Marlonga now up his last at-bat. Ended up on a triple into right field, and that ended up being huge for the Starfires as it ended up turning into their one and only run of this game.
It's the number 3 hitter, 2, 3, and 4 here for Westfield. There's a fly ball, towering drive, lifted out to left field. This is going to stay in the yard. Soldra, right the chalk line down the left field line, will make the catch on it. So Soldra busy here in the 6th inning, makes both catches out there. It's the second out for Westfield here in the 6th. It'll bring up the DH, Luke Masiak, who's 0 for 1. Has also drawn a walk tonight. Poncini trying to work a scoreless 6th inning here for Norwich.
Yeah, Masiak's one of those guys you're just waiting for him to light up coming into this one batting just above 350 with a 588 slugging percentage. He can be dangerous.
Mike Poncini just joining the Scenic Horns here tonight and has a chance to work a scoreless 6th inning. Scott Penny in shallow right field is going to make the catch, and that's how the inning will end. 1, 2, 3, down go the Starfires here in the 6th. Norwich holding a 2-1 lead. You're watching Scenic Horn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Westfield Starfires. They will hand the baseball over to right-handed reliever Kyle Salvati, a rising junior out of Franklin Pierce, Mount Sinai, New York native. So the final line tonight for Chris Suter. He works 5 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, allowed 3 hits. 1 earned run. The Irizarry run is going to be unearned after the error committed by Josh Rometta. Struck out 1 and issued a couple of walks. So Salvati, the new reliever in the ball game, as we move into the home 6th. It will be 3, 4, and 5 for Norwich. A.J. Soldra, Peter Link, and Scott Penny against Kyle Salvati. So far this summer for Salvati in 5, this will be his 5th appearance. Made 2 starts, 7 2/3 innings worked. In ERA at 3.52. A.J. Soldra already a hit tonight for the Unicorns. A chopper over to second, collected there by Frometta. His throw to first is going to be in time to take care of the speedy Soldra. That's an important out because if you remember, Soldra has a stolen base already tonight, and a good start to the night for Salvati.
Yeah, that is definitely an important out for Salvati. I was just going to mention that he is definitely facing a tough part of the lineup here. Soldra leading off the inning, that has got to be a scary sight for opposing pitchers to see.
That's the cleanup hitter, Peter Link. Takes the breaking ball for a called strike. Link trying to get his bat rolling here for Norwich. 0 for 2 to start the night. Flew out to center field his last time up. The 0-1 delivery is just inside. Last time we saw Link play here at home back on June 28th against the Starfires. Crushed a ball out to left field, but it was Masiak who made the catch on it, and well, we thought he got every piece of, but fortunately the wind wasn't blowing out of the ballpark. Protecting on 2 strikes, Salvati's 1-2 deliveries upstairs for ball 2. Saw Link working in the cage prior to tonight's game and was just working on his timing, catching up to fastballs. And you get the timing down of a fastball, more times than not, you're going to get something going. The breaking ball just misses because you have to expect in every plate appearance you will see at least 1 fastball. At some point, you're going to get one, and if it's a good one, pitch to hit, you got to make sure you do something with it. The full count offering is checked for strike 3. Link down on strikes. And that's the 10th time this summer Link's been punched out. 2 away for Norwich here in the 6th. Penny takes a first pitch strike that he sees. Penny attended Cumberland High School for taking his talents to URI, where he won a state title as a senior. Was a first-team All-League honoree as a senior in 2023. And first-team All-Division selection as a junior. Working back into the count is Penny, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Salvati's 1-2 offering. The big breaking ball sails upstairs, and the count is even. If the inning were to continue, it would bring up the right fielder, Sean Callahan. Lefty Penny awaiting the righty's offering, which is cracked foul onto the third base side into the bleachers. And another young fan will get a baseball. Another important foul ball here for Penny, trying to protect here with 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery again is over to third, but trapped there by Novak, who makes the catch at the hot corner. Through 6 innings here in Norwich, a 2-1 lead for the Unicorns. You're watching Norwich Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. Divino Digital is your one-stop shop for website design, development, and site management. Divino Digital uses the most up-to-date technology to develop their sites. Whether you are looking to build a small website or an e-commerce site with hundreds of products, Divino Digital has you covered. Check them out, located at 31 Hewitt Road in North Stonington, Connecticut, or give them a call at 860-373-7175. That's right, 860-373-7175. So it'll be the Fairfield University product, Jimmy Mulvaney, will take command of the baseball, the sidearm reliever for Norwich. Is the new pitcher in the ball game. He will come in for who we just saw for Norwich, Mike Poncini, who went 1 inning, and it was a scoreless 6th inning tossed by Poncini, who was able to take care of the Starfires in order. A couple of flyouts to left field and pop out to the second baseman. So Mulvaney, who's been lights out for Norwich out of the bullpen this summer, is going to try and keep the ball game where it is as we move into the late innings here tonight. Mulvaney, so far this summer, has the best ERA on the team after the departure of Ethan Lewis, a 1.38 ERA for Mulvaney in 13 innings worked. Has allowed 9 hits in that stretch. Has punched out 16 over 13 frames. So Mulvaney can certainly bring the fire out of the bullpen. We'll look to try and keep the fire out here in the 7th. Norwich has kept this Starfire team in check tonight. Held them to 3 hits, 1 extra base hit. That was the triple from Erlongi, which got the Starfires onto the board first in the 4th. It will be 5, 6, and 7 here for the Starfires. First pitch from Mulvaney misses. Low and away. His first test will come against Jaden Novak. It's so funny how you make a strong play defensively. More times than not, you're going to lead off the next inning. Fly ball out to center field is going to be taken care of thanks to Chris Carson, who shades over into right field. So first batter of the inning taken care of on the fly out to center field. And it'll bring up the catcher, Cameron Papetti. Papetti back up for the 3rd time tonight. The sidearms delivery is a called strike on the inside corner. Papetti was a strikeout victim his last plate appearance, and grounded out to short back in the 2nd inning. Mulvaney working ahead of the catcher Papetti. The 0-1 delivery is right to the shortstop. Rosario plays it on a line. 2 up and 2 down for Mulvaney. here in the 7th inning. Irizarry's been busy tonight at shortstop. This is his 12th game as a shortstop. Fielding percentage was at .915 entering play, but he's made some real quality plays over there. It's the right fielder, Luke Uhas. He singled to right his last plate appearance. It was a 2-out single to right field in his last at-bat, and a wave and a miss there on the breaking ball, and the count is even.
And Uhas, he's still finding himself, this only being game number 4 for him on the season.
The 1-1 delivery. That one misses inside, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Norwich defense at standard depth all around. Mulvaney steps off the rubber and will reset. Reddington, New Jersey, set at the belt here. The 2-1 delivery upstairs for ball 3. The last outing for Mulvaney was back on June the 27th. Game in which he suffered a loss. It was a walk-off loss for Norwich on the road against the Bravehearts. Worked an inning in a third in relief, allowed a pair of earned runs on 4 hits, and what was a wild ball game in Worcester. The 3-1 delivery is popped up. Playable here for Peter Link, who will move into foul ground, is going to make the catch on it to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Mulvaney in relief. It's stretch time here in Norwich. Unicorns holding a 2-1 lead. You're watching Futures League Baseball. Streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio.
Thank you, Select Physical Therapy, for sponsoring our 7th inning stretch all season long.
Welcome back here to Norwich. $2 Hot Dog Tuesday night. Every Tuesday home game here at the ballpark at Dodd Stadium. Trying to get our graphic to load. We'll get that working in a later inning. But it's Sean Callahan who will lead things off for the Norwich Unicorns. Get things going. Kyle Salvati still out there in relief for the Starfires. His over-the-top delivery nails the outside corner for strike 1.
And Callahan has been such an important member. I almost call him some of the foundation of this team for the Unicorns.
6, 7, and 8 for Norwich here in the 7th. There's a pitch that just catches the inside corner at the University of New Haven. Callahan posted a .337 batting line. Career .344 hitter with the Chargers. The 1-2 delivery misses outside, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Callahan has hits in 3 straight ball games with the Sea Unicorns. Looking to get something started here in the 7th. Salvati's 2-2 delivery is topped foul on the first base side. It's going to sneak into the Sea Unicorn dugout. Native of Newington, Connecticut, is going to crack one foul into the bleachers on the third base side. And the battle brewing here between Salvati and Callahan. Norwich has been a late inning team as of late. Scored a run to tie the game back on Wednesday in the 7th against Nashua. The 2-2 pitch almost clipped Callahan, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Callahan, for what he's done offensively, starting to come together. He's been lights out defensively in right field. There is ball 4. Patient at bat there from Callahan. Works a leadoff walk. It'll bring up the number 7 hitter in the order. It's Alex Irizarry.
And Callahan really demonstrating how he's able to work against Salvati, who came in last inning and he's been pretty solid. But then again, Callahan showing what he does best, getting on base.
Just the 3rd walk issue tonight from the Westfield pitching staff. Irizarry watches ball 1, missed downstairs. He reached on an error committed by the second baseman. And that was back in the 5th inning. Later came home to score. There's a called strike on the inside corner. Came home to score thanks to Alex Dorado's RBI single into left field. Both sides with 3 hits aside. The breaking ball misses inside, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. A wave and a miss there for strike 2. Irizarry, before entering the collegiate ranks at Maryland, played his high school baseball with Catholic High School and was the number 4 ranked shortstop in the state of Connecticut. And we've seen that on display here today as he lifts the fly ball into shallow center field. Moving in on it in a hurry there is Merlongian. Boy, does he cover a lot of real estate out there in center field. He'll take care of Irizarry for the first out in the Norwich 7th.
Yeah, Merlongi's been doing that all night, making play after play. You put him in center field, he might be able to cover almost half the green out there.
First pitch aggressive there is Oates. Back foul for strike 1. When Westfield comes to the plate in the 8th inning, it will be the shortstop Haker to bat. 8-9-1 due up for Westfield. The 0-1 delivery nails the outside corner, and well ahead here is Salvati of the catcher Michael Oates, who did not see any playing time in his freshman season at UConn. Spending some time this summer in Norwich. Looks to continue to make that adjustment to the collegiate level. So that one pops out of the mitt there. Papetti, have to wonder if he would have been able to frame that for strike 3. Salvati trying to keep the game where it is here in the 7th inning. Norwich trying to extend their lead, build some insurance. The 1-2 delivery is a swung on and missed for strike 3. Oates chases the outside pitch there for strike 3. It's the 2nd out of the inning. First punch out of the night for Salvati. Excuse me, his 2nd punch out of the night. It'll bring up the center fielder, Chris Carson.
And now with Carson up, interesting to watch Callahan taking a mighty lead over there on first base, despite Callahan not having a stolen base yet so far in the season.
Salvati looking in for the sign, and will make his delivery. Topped over to first. Redahan lurches up to make the catch and step on the first base bag. An athletic play there from Redahan on the high chopper over to first. Able to navigate around the leadoff walk is Salvati. who's worked 2 scoreless innings in relief. It's a 2-1 lead for Norwich as we head to the 8th inning. You're watching Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio.
Thank you, Casey. Thanks for playing, Stella.
Come and celebrate 30 seasons of baseball at beautiful Dodd Stadium. Enjoy Norwich Unicorn Baseball from the best seats in the house. 20 and 40 person luxury suite options available now. For more information, contact us at info@goseeunicorns.com. We look forward to seeing you at a baseball game this summer. And as always, go see Unicorns.
$2 hot dog night continues at the ballpark here this coming Tuesday when the Norwich Unicorns will play host to the Nashua Silver Knights. 6:30 first pitch on Tuesday, but come out to the ballpark all summer long. $2 hot dogs along with other specials at the concessions. So we look forward to seeing you at a home game here as we trek on here this summer into the 8th inning we go. Jimmy Mulvaney still out there in relief for Norwich, and he will begin matters here in the top of the 8th inning against the shortstop, Jackson Haker.
Oh, $2 hot dogs, Adam. I'm making my mouth water.
They do a good job here with their hot dogs. Got to make sure you get one. Maybe a bratwurst. I mean, there's plenty of deals.
They've had $3 beer. They've had plenty of great food around here. It's Emiliano's Pizza.
That's right here in the press box for us. Thank you to Iliano's for bringing food for the media staff at every home game here this summer. Partnership continuing with Iliano's all season long, and let me tell you, they do a good job. We've had all different kinds of Italian food with Iliano's Pizza. I mean, the pastas are always good to eat before the ball game. Pitch misses inside, and the count will move to 1-2 strikes.
Yeah, I may be biased, but that buffalo chicken, oh my goodness, folks, if you have not gotten it, make your way down to Iliano's. Got to try it.
Mulvaney ready, and the 1-2 delivery, just getting a piece of it. There was Haker. Count still 1-2 strikes. The battle still ongoing here between the number 8 hitter, the shortstop, Haker, and the Unicorn reliever. That is Jimmy Mulvaney. Haker out of New Fairfield, Connecticut. Pushes one back foul to the screen. Once again, from Luxbridge, Massachusetts, out of American International College. Still a 2-strike count on the shortstop, Haker. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Misses inside, and the count's all even. 2 strikes. Mulvaney set at the belt. Here's the righty's delivery. Lifted into center field. Right to Chris Carson, who will make the play on it. Medium center field for the first out in the inning. And talk about all that food we got in the press box. You remind me of my hockey playing days where I would just carb load all kinds of different pastas before a game. That's why I got to go work out before or after, I should say, every ball game to make sure I keep my figure here. I mean, that pasta's addictive and you want to eat a lot of it. That with the different rolls that they bring on the side, I mean.
Oh, the garlic parmesan rolls, courtesy Ileana's. Oh, my goodness. Taking my mind away from the game, Adam.
Yeah, all I can think about is trying to eat some food here. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. That one almost ran in and hit the second baseman, Josh Rometta, who's up for the third time tonight, has drawn a walk and is also singled. So some production from the number 9 spot in the order. Mulvaney working behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the righty's delivery. Downstairs for ball 3. Plenty of count leverage here in the making for Frometta. Scott Penny, the second baseman, playing back on the grass, and the first baseman, Peter Link, playing behind the first base bag. Here's the 3-0 delivery, a breaking ball, and hits the outside corner. Mulvaney trying to work his way back in the count. This is the only Friday night home game of the season without post-game fireworks, courtesy of American Fireworks. Had some post-game fireworks on Wednesday. The 3-1 delivery is in there for strike 2. Another good-looking breaking ball. That was thanks to our Independence Day celebration at the ballpark, which was a winning Wednesday night. Norwich has posted back-to-back victories on firework nights. Started out against the Starfire team on June 28th. Here's the full count delivery, a fly ball again into center field. Chris Carson ranging over to it, and will make the catch on it in medium center field. Similar spot to where Haker hit it. 2 up and 2 down, and some nice work there from Mulvaney, who was behind in the count 3-0, and was able to battle his way back, and not from a typical fastball. He was throwing junk and was hitting the corner, so he's really feeling his secondary pitches tonight.
Yeah, Mulvaney's been doing a really good job, and to be honest, if you're Westfield, you got to start thinking the ending of this game has crept up on us a little quicker than we anticipated. So, after this inning, Starfires are only going to have one more chance to get this one up. It's both teams 3 hits. It's been a pretty defensive matchup, not something we're really used to seeing here at Dodge Stadium, but nonetheless, we'll take it. It's been a super interesting and tight race here.
So it's the leadoff hitter, Caleb Stelly, Baton Rouge, Louisiana native. The 0-1 delivery is a called strike on the outside corner. Stelly with the Ragin' Cajuns this past season, batted .296, a home run. As far as the RBI department was concerned, finished his summer with 13 RBIs. Trying to battle here with 2 strikes and 2 away. Mulvaney trying to work a scoreless 8th inning here tonight. Keep Norwich out in front. The righty set at the belt. The 1-2 delivery is popped up. This is over towards the second baseman, Scott Penny, who will make the play on the infield dirt to end the inning. All kinds of fly balls, but put away by the Norwich defense. 1-2-3 goes Westfield in the 8th. Norwich holding a 1-run lead. Headed to the bottom of the 8th inning in Norwich. You're watching Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SN Radio. Anthony Tirado, who's the difference maker so far for Norwich. His single into left field brought home both runs tonight for the Unicorns. We'll start things out here in the home eighth against Kyle Salvati, trying to work his third inning in relief. Who's held Norwich scoreless and has held Norwich without a hit. Here comes the righty's delivery, swung through for strike two. Toronto in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. There is strike 3. Caught looking there is Toronto. It appeared to be a bit outside. Is going to go back packing into the dugout. So it's Salvati's third punch out here in relief. It'll bring up the DH, Trey Porter.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of disbelief in the crowd of the Sea Unicorns, but you got to go how the home plate umpires call it. That'll be out number 1.
So it's Trey Porter, the DH, to bat for Norwich, whose mini 5-game hitting streak hanging in the balance here in this plate appearance. He had an important pinch hit single last game for Norwich to get the Unicorns on the board. Swings through strike 2. Salvati in the driver's seat here against the Ambler, Pennsylvania native. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Rolled over to second from Meta at the lip of the grasses. So throws a wide one. It's going to get away from the first baseman, Redahan. And good thing the catcher, Papetti, was there to back it up. Porter could have taken second base. It's the second error of the night. Both committed by the second baseman, Frometa. And he had come into this ball game with a perfect fielding percentage, but unfortunately that's going to change for him in a big way tonight. Norwich has a 1-out base runner for A.J. Soldra.
Yeah, and those are always the most unfortunate ways to go for Meta, someone who's been so important for Westfield in the field. Now 2 errors on the night, and when this game is all said and done, we're probably going to be looking back to the errors committed in the 5th that led to the 2-run outing by Norwich.
Soldra swinging. There's the ball lifted into the left center field gap. It's going to go out to the wall. Soldra rounding second, and he's going to look to head to third. It's going to bring home Porter, who will score. Another error. It's a costly one. Soldra takes third. He's underneath the tag. A.J. Soldra with an RBI double out to the left field wall. Well over the head there of the left fielder, Caleb Stelly, who had to chase the ball all the way out to the wall. A.J. Soldra comes through in the clutch for Norwich. As far as the doubles are concerned, that's his 4th double in the last 6 games. Talk about consistency. Soldra does all of that and then more. He has the team lead in average as far as the RBI number is concerned. That's number 10 with Norwich, and they've extended their lead. It's 3-1. They're going to issue a walk here to Peter Lincoln. How about we take a look at the insurance marker there for A.J. Soldra. Again, continues to stay hot at the plate for Norwich. It brings home Trey Porter, who is all the way at first. And the Unicorns have extended their lead. It's 3-1. Just the 4th hit of the night for Norwich, but that's a big one. A little separation here between the Unicorns and the Starfires.
Yeah, and I think after that play, it is safe to call A.J. Soldra one of the most electrifying players in the Futures League. To quote Jim Ross, that is a fantastic player, so fun to watch.
It's the 6th double of the summer for Soldra. It's his 8th extra base hit as a Unicorn. He's done all of that in now just 16 games this summer. There's a good reason why Seton Hall wanted to pick him up, and they did so in quite a hurry. Soldra wasn't in the transfer portal for very long, just about 3 or 4 days. He found himself a new home. There's strike 2 dotted on the inside corner. And the count all level with Scott Penny, who has been held hitless here tonight in 3 plate appearances. Salvetti sent at the belt. The runner is going. It's slashed foul. That would have been a stolen base there for Peter Link, who had a massive jump there against the right-hander Salvati. Link trying to help add on for Norwich. Runners at the corners with 1 away. An important run stands at third. That's represented by Soldra. Salvati set at the belt. Has his sign. Link delays his steal. Another pitch. That is going to get away from the catcher. It will bring home the 4th run of the night. I thought Scott Penny got a piece of it, but he is punched out. But Norwich adds on. It's 4-1.
And with only 1 out, Norwich continues. You called it insurance earlier. They're really running this one up. 2 outs. 2 outs now, yes.
Well,
yeah, you're right. Scott Penny called out at first. I wasn't sure if.
Both outs this inning have been via the strikeout, but Norwich has gotten the damage done. Manager Paul Bonfiglio points down to the bullpen out there in left field. That's going to be the end of the road for Salvati, who works 2 2/3 innings here tonight. Allows a couple of earned runs as Norwich has taken a 4-1 lead. Norwich doing their damage against Salvati here in the 8th inning. 3 punch-outs on the night for Salvati, but Norwich has expanded their lead. New reliever coming into the ball game for Westfield. We'll meet him when we come back.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Now pitching for the Starfires from Green State, number 49, Camden Thomas. Thomas now pitching for Westfield. Right fielder, Sean Callahan.
New pitcher in the ball game for Westfield is left-handed reliever Camden Thomas. Lefty-lefty matchup as he will face Sean Callahan with 2 outs and a runner aboard for Norwich. That is Peter Lincoln's scoring position at second base. Camden Thomas, left-handed reliever out of Keene State, Ellington, Connecticut native. This past season with Keene State, a 5.85 ERA. There's a bouncing ball over to short. It's going to be a tough play over there. It's going to pull the first baseman and read a hand off the bag. Haker had a tough play over there at shortstop. Callahan is aboard. He did a good job to stay in foul ground. So Norwich has runners at the corners on an infield single. It's the 5th hit of the night for the Unicorns, and the inning will continue as the manager, Paul Bonfiglio, is going to come out, and I think he wants to have a conversation here with the umpires. He's going to ask if Callahan was tagged out there after reaching base safely.
Yeah, the Westfield dugout was not happy with Callahan, who ran past first, and I think he might have wandered a little bit before coming back to the plate, and they were calling for the tag out there. Not sure if they're going to get a call like this.
That's
As
a
the umpires seem
judgment
pretty
call.
stern. Yeah.
And there's no replay review, which gives us a moment to give you a look at the numbers for Camden Thomas. This is his 8th appearance of the summer. He's worked 8 innings, has allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, and an ERA at 4.50. That runner is going to be stationed at first. It's represented by Sean Callahan. It's his second base hit of the night. And it will bring up Alex Irizarry trying to flip the script of an 0 for 13 skid. Irizarry tonight flew out to center and has also reached on an error committed by Frometta. Both errors tonight have been committed by Frometta. Norwich a chance to continue to add on here in the 8th. Runners at the corners with 2 away. Thomas's delivery is in there for strike 1. There's been some give to the outside corner here tonight. Good example of that was earlier in the ball game when Toronto was out looking on an outside pitch as Irizarry swings through strike 2. Irizarry began the summer batting over the 280 marker over his first 12, 13 games. A guy we saw in the lineup every day. With some tough times to hit him here at the end of June and the start of July. Faced some good pitching in that stretch. Trying to make the adjustment here. Battling with 2 strikes against Camden Thomas. The 1-2 delivery is swung through for strike 3. Thomas gets a big strikeout to end the threat in the 8th inning, but Norwich gets the job done. They add a couple more in. It's a 4-1 lead as we head to the 9th inning here in Norwich. You're watching Unicorn Baseball, streaming live on the Futures League Baseball Network and watching live on YouTube on SNSN Radio. Norwich trying to close it out here tonight. Jimmy Mulvaney trying to earn the 9-out save. A look around the out-of-town scoreboard here in the Futures League. The Worcester Bravehearts leading the Brockton Rocks 6-4 on the road at Campanelli Stadium. And the New Britain Bees trailing the Vermont Lake Monsters 8-4 on the road at Centennial Field. And right here, Norwich looking to slam the door shut. Jimmy Mulvaney trying to lock down this victory for Norwich against the top-seeded Westfield Starfires. It's 2-3-4 against Mulvaney here in the 9th. It'll be begun by Eden Redahan. Redahan back up for the 4th time tonight. He's flew out to left field a couple of times and has also grounded out to short. Mulvaney's first delivery is inside for ball one. Mulvaney looking to earn his 4th save of the summer. This would be a big one for Norwich. The 1-0 delivery from the sidearm reliever is blown away for ball two. Just the second of a 5-game homestand here. Norwich trying to tie a bow here tonight in the Rose City. Homestand continues tomorrow against the New Britain Bees. And then we'll play a couple more on Sunday and then on Tuesday. For Norwich will travel to Nashua on Wednesday. There's a fly ball poked out to center field. It's going to get down. It's a leadoff base hit. Aiden Redahan aboard for the first time tonight. It's a leadoff base runner for the Starfires. And it'll bring up their center fielder, Gianno Merlonghi.
Yeah, that's what you'd love to see for the leadoff hitter, Redahan. Nice single over to center field. Nice blooper. Get yourself on base with no outs. And up comes Merlonghi.
Merlonghi has a triple to his name here tonight and later come home to score the first run of the night for Westfield. Mulvaney's first delivery is a called strike on the inside corner. Merlonghi tried to back out of the way of it. Thought it was going to run in. The runner at first is Aiden Redahan. He began the inning with a leadoff base hit into center field. Mulvaney's delivery on 0-1 is a called strike after it popped out of the mid of Michael Oates. And Merlonghi not thrilled about the call. He thought it was downstairs. Will now have to protect with 2 strikes. Merlonghi by far and away the most dangerous hitter in the lineup for Westfield. The 0-2 delivery is popped up. Mulvaney's called off by Peter Link, and the first baseman will take control of it. Off to the right side of the mound. Important first out here for Mulvaney in the 9th. It's the designated hitter, Luke Masiak. Masiak tonight has drawn a walk and has popped out a couple of times. He's popped out to the right side of the infield. First at the first baseman and over to Scott Penny at second base. Mulvaney's first delivery misses inside for ball one.
And I think that last at-bat is so important for Mulvaney, showing that, it lets up his first hit of his night. He's been pretty solid since coming in the top of the 7th. Now we're going to get to see how he responds when things don't go exactly his way during crunch time.
The 1-0 delivery, in on the hands, back foul, and the count is even. Mulvaney trying to secure a big win tonight for Norwich. Count is even. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Oates going to get a new baseball for Mulvaney. After the last one he tossed was flipped back into the seats by the DH Masiak. Here's the 1-1 delivery right in on the hands. I think I might have clipped him as well, but swung right through it for strike 2 as it goes off foul to the first base side. The base runner at first for Westfield is represented by Aiden Redahan. The on-deck hitter is the third baseman, Jaden Novak. Mulvaney, the right-hander, a check on the base runner, Redahan. Watched there by Peter Link. The right-hander set at the belt. And here comes the delivery. Checked and certainly holding up is Masiak to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This has the makings to be the second longest outing of the summer for Mulvaney. Count is all level. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The even count delivering is lifted foul first base side. Right off the end of the bat, and the battle will continue. His longest outing. That came back on June 12th in Vermont in a 1-0 loss for Norwich at Centennial Field. His other 3-inning outing was against the New Britain Bees in a victory for Norwich. Battling in a 2-2 count with Masiuk. Here's the even count delivery. It's popped up. This is going to be to the shortstop, Irizarry, who will stay on the infield dirt to put away out number 2. Norwich just 1 out away from tying the bow here tonight against the Starfires. Last chance represented by the third baseman, Jaden Novak. Look there at the base runner, and diving back in safely is Redahan. Mulvaney trying to keep close tabs on the first baseman, Aiden Redahan, who began the inning with a leadoff base hit. Just the 4th hit of the night for Westfield. 9 hits in the ball game overall. The delivery is cracked back foul to the luxury suite deck, and Mulvaney ahead of the third baseman, Novak. Novak tonight is 0 for 3 with a sac fly. Has grounded out to short and flew out to center field. The right-hander set at the belt. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. A breaking ball is a called strike on the outside corner at the knees. And Westfield is down to their final strike of the ball game. Some noise being made by the Norwich faithful in attendance here tonight. Trying to slam the door shut and steer it into the garage is Mulvaney. The righty's 0-2 deliveries inside for ball 1. Just moving out of the way there was Novak. I think you would have let that one hit him if it ran further in. He didn't do much of anything to get out of the way. Westfield needs base runners. They know that. Down to their final strike and final out of the ball game. Mulvaney trying to wrap this one up. It's ball 2. Novak trying to make Mulvaney battle here with 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the 9th inning. Mulvaney has the sign from Oates. And here comes the 2-2 delivery again. Over to third on the backhand, and that's going to go into foul territory, and the game's going to go a little further here. It was the third baseman, Anthony Tirado, who tried to play the ball on his backhand. And Norwich, who had played so perfect defensively, is going to be charged with their first error of the ball game tonight. And for Tirado, his woes defensively continue. It's going to be error number 13 of the summer for Tirado. And Westfield has runners at first and second. As far as Tirado goes defensively, things are concerned at third base. This is just his 6th game of the summer there, but it's his 3rd error committed. Norwich had a chance to win the ball game, but now the tying run has come to the plate. The sidearm delivery is chopped foul on the third base side. So it's the catcher, Cameron Papetti, to bat. He's grounded out back in the 2nd, struck out and lined out. The runner at 2nd is Redahan, and the runner at 1st, that is Novak. Here's the righty's delivery. There's strike 2. Once again, Westfield down to their final strike here in the ball game. Mulvaney just trying to steer this one home into the garage. Well, making some noise here, trying to supply some energy behind Norwich. The 0-2 delivery is swung on and missed for strike 3. Jimmy Mulvaney earns the 9-out save here tonight. It's the 20th win of the ball game for Norwich. They're back atop the future league standings, 20-12 through 32 ball games. The losing pitcher tonight is Chris Suter, and the winning pitcher for Norwich, that belongs to Hector Alejandro. His third win of the summer. Norwich has their third straight ball game in the win column and their 20th overall. Stick with us. The post-game interview coming up next right here on the Futures League Baseball Network and on YouTube on SNSN Radio. Go a little further this way. Third straight victory, and here tonight.
Yeah, good environment. Going all.
The come back here tonight.
The other day, we went down, and they came back and won it. And today they had a low scoring game, but we were able to hold it down. Strikes, it was efficient, and
Three of the home team right
going well. Be a good time.
fans, that is closer Jimmy Mulvaney. Norwich wins their 20th ball game of this season and their third straight.